Although I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas, this podcast is not therapy and should not be used as therapeutic intervention. Many of the products and practices mentioned are for educational and informational purposes only. Should you need support, please seek appropriate, qualified, and licensed professionals. Hey y'all, welcome to Between a Hot Mess and a Therapist, the podcast where we navigate the murky waters between what society expects and what it means to truly live, embrace the messiness, the beautiful chaos of life, and celebrating the rebellion in the process. Whether you're a recent graduate, a seasoned therapist, or someone simply curious, there's something here for everyone. But before we dive in, make sure you join the Hot Mess Rebellion community where you can connect to other like-minded souls. I'm your host, Shauna Lovin, a seasoned therapist and wellness educator with a very rebellious spirit. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's dive into today's rebellion. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Between a Hot Mess and a Therapist. Today we're talking about self-care. So this is not our typical conversation that we would have about self-care. If you were a client of mine or anyone that I was working with, I would just describe self-care as the vehicle that we use to get to the place of self-love. And I go into detail about it could be self-care could be things that you love to do, things you've always wanted to try to do, things you've known that have worked in the past. But because you're a therapist, because you're a helping profession, we're going to have a slightly different conversation today. So I think it's important for us to know for self-care that we should embody our self-care. There's two reasons for that. Because one, we are setting the example for our clients so that they can do self-care for themselves. We're giving them the example that they need. And two, the other reason why self-care is important for us is that it is our intentional kind of self-regulation place. And so when it comes to embodiment, it sounds like, do I know what that is, or do I understand what that is? Well, embodiment of self-care is really just the state of being fully present and connected to your physical body, your sensations, your emotions, and your energy. Think of it's like the deepest awareness you can have about your whole body experience and the sense that you can have about being grounded and present in that moment. This is way beyond mindfulness. Mindfulness is just kind of being aware in the moment, present without judgment. This goes like a whole level deeper. The thing with embodiment is that we have to remember that it is our body. We have to listen to our body. We as therapists can tell everybody what we should be doing or how to do it or what we think should happen, but we forget to do that for ourselves. We don't even take our own freaking advice. What the heck is up with that? So what would be an example of embodiment in particular? So this is when you may go outside and you feel the warm sun on your skin, your face, your body. And then in that moment, you're experiencing a sense of heaviness or tension, or just the muscles in your body kind of relax and release. This is when you notice those fluttering sensations in your body, you're feeling a little anxious. That is embodiment, when you are totally present in your body. So how can we harness it? I know it sounds like, okay, well, you're just talking about self-care, all the things that you can do for self-care, like yoga and dancing and being creative, and really being able to harness it boils down to activating our vagus nerve. Really is what that is. But in that, yeah, you are dancing, doing body scans and breath work and, creative expression like art and poetry and things like that. You're focusing on cultivating a deeper connection to your body and just basically finding ways to facilitate that connection. And then to take it a step further, if you tend to do these things or these activities in your daily life, oh my God, your embodiment is going to be amazing. Okay, so again, when we are embodied, we are actively managing our own stress. We are fully aware of just ourselves. We have better emotional regulation, and our overall well-being just tends to be better. It helps us even be present in other things in our lives that don't consist of like work or family or it just helps us to be more aware. So like, how would we know if we are fully embodied? How do we know that? So it's going to be recognizing what cues or signals or sensation your body's giving you. Are you feeling grounded? Are you feeling super present? Are you feeling super connected to your body? Are you trusting your intuition? Like I said, our body really speaks to us, you know. So here is a pretty cool example. So as of recording this yesterday, I experienced my very first NASCAR race. It was amazing. And I've waited like 20 years to do something like this. This is a bucket list adventure for me. And as soon as we got there, we had slightly VIP treatment thanks to my husband's job. And just being there in the experience with all these people who probably have been there multiple times, seeing all the trailers and seeing the Clydesdale horses from Budweiser and being able to sit in the cars for the experience and do the imagination, do the driving piece. It was amazing. And then to sit in the stands where, our track is kind of funky because it's more of a road course than it is an oval. And sitting in the stands and being able to see pit road, and when the cars are rushing by, just the vibration and the adrenaline rush that I got was like, oh my God, it was so amazing. And so I knew at that moment that I was fully embodied into this experience. And it was funny, after a while, my husband said, I could just see it on your face. But that's how you know that you are embodied. You are fully present in this experience. So what is the big importance of being embodied in self-care? Again, it promotes the holistic well-being by being physically present, emotionally present, and present with your own mental health. By nurturing embodiment, we cultivate a stronger sense of self-awareness and self-compassion. We enhance our capacity to care for others and how we can support others. The other big importance for embodiment is self-stress reduction. So self-stress reduction. And just, again, managing our stress, our burnout, and promoting resilience. The third important reason for embodiment of self-care is empowerment. It gives us this sense that we are taking an active role in our own self-care. It gives us a place where we are prioritizing our self-care practices and just, again, enhancing our overall well-being. So how do we incorporate this in our daily life? Well, that's like that vagus nerve I was talking about, where If we are focused on keeping our vagus nerve pretty moving and active and flowing, then we are technically embodying our self-care. And it's understanding that if you're doing these things every day, when we have a hard time, it's also understanding that those hard times don't seem as hard because we're so used to practicing our self-care, our embodied self-care every day. And so how do we make it present in our work? And so again, we are fully present, we are grounded, we are in tune to our therapeutic space. If we are embodied, we are showing our clients with both our mind and our body, we're providing safety for our clients. We're providing trust and connection in that relationship with our clients. And so what tends to happen is that as we're creating safety, our clients heal. Our clients tend to find kind of like their own way. They can kind of filter out like their own sense of well-being, and they can start to explore their own emotions and experiences a little bit better because we are grounded and safe. So we have to remember to, with our work with our clients, is to remember their verbal cues and their nonverbal cues, and then just respond in our authentic, empathetic way that we normally would do. And just kind of keep that in the forefront of your mind as I embody my own self-care, I'm providing a healthier, more sustainable, safe place for my clients to work with my clients. So if you haven't gone the step further beyond mindfulness into embodiments, I encourage you to look at how are you practicing self-care? How can I cultivate this in my daily routine? And how can I explore other ways to be more embodied in my self-care? I hope you guys found this helpful today. Thanks for joining today's rebellion with me. Remember, it's okay to be a hot mess sometimes. It's all part of the journey. Until next time, stay rebellious, stay authentic, and keep embracing the beautiful messiness of life. Don't forget to join the Hot Mess Rebellion community where you can connect with other like-minded souls. And anything mentioned in today's episode will be linked in the show notes. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you subscribe, you share with a friend, you leave a review, and you keep coming back for more. This podcast was brought to you by Healing Roots Wellness and Botanicals. For more information, please visit healingrootswab.com.